Thank you so much for tuning into the Property Show. Next 60 minutes punched and packed with information, data and news to help you make smart moves in real estate. My expert co-anchor Sameer Jasuja joins me as we take all your questions. Sameer, thanks very much for joining me. And of course, what do? You reach out for your phone to call us, details on your screen, or reach out for your screen and send us an email, a quick one too. You're very easy to reach out to. What's coming up? Prime properties in best locations of Noida and Gurgaon. And don't accuse us of being favorable to those markets. We are getting an overwhelming number of questions for those places. Smart investment options in Mumbai and Thane. Those are other two big markets of the country. And down south, we can't forget that territory. Best homes in the top of the chart locations of Bangalore and Hyderabad. Finally, a very interesting story today. Building industry going 3D. Plan, build and manage your projects in 3D with added savings in cost and time. What is this technology? We'll get you the lowdown. All right, cities that we'll cover right up front, Noida, Mumbai and Gurgaon. So keep watching. We've got Neeru Nawal on the phone line with us. Hi Neeru, go ahead, spell out your budget and where do you want to buy?
Okay, hi. My name is Neeru Nohal and my budget is approximately 7 to 80 lakhs. And we are looking for an investment perspective, not ready to move in property. And we can make down payment of approximately 20 lakh or so. We are looking preferably Gurgaon, the Sona Road or Dwarka Expressway. So we'd like to know anything good coming up in these locations.
All right, Neeru. So 70 to 80 lakhs, that's the budget that you've given us. And the areas, of course, are ones which are fairly pricey. They would probably be above 1 crore. So we'll have to take her to Noida or Faridabad. Are those better options than Gurgaon?
I think with her budget, I would definitely recommend her to go for Noida over Faridabad. Like I said, that if one has a budget of 60 to 80 lakhs, Noida turns out to be the best possible market to invest in at those price points. And there's if you have a time horizon of 4 to 5 years, you can be rest assured that you will benefit tremendously, because the weighted average price of the Noida Expressway is still quite low, and you can take advantage of that. I'll come to the key data points now of the Noida market. What we are recommending is a stretch 2 of the expressway, especially sectors 129, 93 and 168 for your requirement. Total projects 54, 43211 units. Availability is 6140 units, and the inventory overhang is safe at 16 months. The weighted average price of the mid segment is 4,560 rupees a square feet. The price appreciation trends 49% over the last 2.5 years, or 20% on an annualized basis, which is also quite significant. Crescent Homes is the first recommendation from our side by JP Group, sector 129, trading at 4,800 rupees a square feet, getting ready in 2016, available from the resale market. Then you have Apex by Supertech Limited, sector 93, 5,200 rupees a square feet is the price, getting ready in 2014, available from the resale market again. And lastly, Paras Seasons by Paras Buildtech, sector 168, 4,600 rupees a square feet. 2014 is a completion year, and this project is also available from the resale market.
All right, Neeru. So if you can stretch out your budget to about 1 crore, write into us again, and we will, of course, send you recommendations in the markets that you picked out first, which is Sona Road, Dwarka Expressway, and some areas of Gurgaon, which we think are worth investing in. Otherwise, here's a summary of what we think you can buy within your budget. You had written to us with 60 lakhs, so that's the figure you see, but you can always go for a slightly better or a bigger apartment within these home societies. There's Crescent Homes by JP Group, there's Apex by Supertech, and there's Paras Seasons by Paras Buildtech. So 3 developers and 3 of those chosen projects. Okay, Geetesh Ahuja on the phone line. Geetesh, hi, go ahead with your question.
Yeah, my budget is around 1.4 crores, and I was planning to buy a 2 BHK in Neelam Sunroof, close to Nahur station.
Right.
Just want your advice on this, and what would be the likely appreciation in Nahur, and are there any other projects in the vicinity which I can look at?
All right, so already shortlisted. So Nahur is a good residential location, very well located.
Another interesting micro market that we have never discussed.
We've not talked about, right? Absolutely.
So for our viewers, I'd just like to tell you that Nahur is located in the central suburbs of Mumbai and lies between Bhandup and Mulund. This micro market is reasonably well connected to rest of Mumbai and Thane via the Eastern Express Highway, Mulund Airoli Road. The micro market also lies in proximity to various commercial areas of Powai, Vikhroli, Chandivali and Andheri. So good amount of employment generation happening over there. Bhandup again is strategically located proximity to commercial developments in and around the same areas as I mentioned, and good offices or reputed developers are there. I'll come to the key data points in the micro market and of course share the shortlisted project details with you and what we think of it after I've shared the basic data points. Nahur has 2 projects, Bhandup West 5 projects. Total supply in Nahur is 725 units and Bhandup West is 1147 units. The inventory overhang, cause of concern, but Mumbai is witnessing high inventory overhang figures across the board now. So Nahur is 25 months, a little over the danger zone, and Bhandup West is just on the danger zone, which is 24 months. Weighted average price of the market, this is the luxury segment that we are looking at with your budget in mind. Nahur is 9904 rupees a square feet and Bhandup West is 10,994 rupees a square feet. Price appreciation trends, 40% over the last 2.5 years for Nahur, which is 15.95 on an annualized basis. Bhandup West is 50% or 20% on an annualized basis. Your project was Neelam Sunroof by Neelam Realtors. Nahur, 11,000 rupees a square feet is the price. 2014 is the completion year, available from the developer. This project is good to go from our side. This is an area of 8 acres located very close to the Nahur station with proximity to the Eastern Express Highway. The project comprises of 3 towers of 18 floors each. So, on an 8-acre area, 3 towers is excellent, I would say, in terms of density. And Neelam Realtors is one of the reputed developers in this region with an experience of over 33 years. The project is appreciated by a compounded annual growth rate of 12% since its launch, so it's done very well. Considering the execution experience of the group, project size, layout and location, this seems to be a good investment option. In the same budget, you can look at 2 more options shortlisted by us of reputed developers. Crest by Kalpatru Limited in Bhandup West, 9,750 rupees a square feet is the price. 2015 is the completion year and this project is available from the developer. Then you have Mayuresh Heights by Mayuresh Group, Bhandup West, 12,500 rupees a square feet is the price. It's getting ready this year, that is 2013, and this is also available on the developer. This is located bang on the LBS mark, which is a very strategic location.
All right, so new micro market of Mumbai, which we give a thumbs up to, and so does your project get a thumbs up. Meanwhile, you'd asked us for some more recommendations. Here they are. There's Crest by Kalpatru Limited, and there's also Mayuresh Heights, Mayuresh Group, and of course, we're talking about the Nahur market in Mumbai, very close to Bhandup as well. Okay, let's move on. This is an email which has come in from Lalit Kumar. He writes in, he says, I own a 3,600 square feet apartment in Palm Drive, Sector 66 on Golf Course Extension Road, Gurgaon. I have been invested since launch in 2007. Now, after much delay, it appears that possession may begin this year. What's the going rate here? Is there likely to be an appreciation of 20% or so in the next 1 year? Very interesting question for the simple reason that one, it tells you it's an EMAR MGF community. We've spoken about it, we've recommended this, but Samir, inordinate amount of delays. I mean, I don't think it takes away from the fact 2007, we are sitting in 2013 and the first delivery has still not happened, and the company goes on launching new projects and people keep buying new projects.
Well, the only saving grace is that the project has appreciated a fair bit. That's the only...
But has it appreciated in sync with the market, or it's still a little under the average market price?
Look, I want to share a very interesting phenomenon that is happening with Gurgaon, and this is a great query to take this up. The most important thing that's happening in Gurgaon today is actually under construction projects that are being launched, primary projects that are being launched in the market are getting lapped up because of schemes like 2080, or because you have to pay just the installment amount, the first installment amount. But in the real market where you have to pay full money, the markets are not as good, the absorption levels are down, the prices are stagnant, and in plotted development in Gurgaon, prices have started to fall by 20% or so also. So keeping that in mind, this project is okay now because there is demand in this project because it is getting closer to completion. This project is also...
that's what I heard a year ago from the company.
Look,
that they will deliver this project by March 2013. We are sitting in May.
MRMGF. Their track record of developments in Gurgaon has been pathetic.
Pathetic.
Yeah, I won't be, every project, you'll be surprised that there's a project behind DLF Phase 2 of MGF, which was launched in 2005. It's getting completed now, 8 years. So keeping this in mind, yes, no excuses for the project delay. But the good part is that you've seen most of the pain. Golf course extension, new projects are being launched at 12,000 rupees a square feet and over. So there is definitely scope of appreciation. You will definitely witness a scope of 20% appreciation once this project gets delivered. This project was a luxury project when it was launched. So this project, very few projects going forward will be with the same specs at these price points. So that I have to give to this project, that I think that if anybody is investing...
You just said that people are not so willing to buy fully constructed projects simply because there's a big lump sum which comes in. I mean, 3,600 rupees per square feet, and we are talking about a rate of about 10,000. So it's about a 3.6 crore flat.
Yes. So what I'm trying to say is that if you get a buyer, you will get fewer buyers, first of all. Nothing to do with the price appreciation or not. But end users are still there in the market.
Okay.
You will not be able to sell this flat overnight as the current situation stands. But once this project gets ready, you will definitely see appreciation of 20% and that's really what I'm trying to address.
Should hold on.
So I think he should definitely hold on. He's seen the pain, and during that pain period, he has witnessed appreciation. The launch price of this project was 4,600 rupees a square feet.
Right.
So maybe it's not done as well as other projects, but that's what the point that I'm really trying to make is that the people who think that they may done very well are on paper. When they go out and sell, they'll also see prices now drop. Had somebody sold out a year ago, then he would have actually realized those gains as they stand today on paper.
All right. So that's a statutory warning on Gurgaon market. But go ahead. Golf course extension, Sameer's favorite market, and a statutory warning. Everybody really needs to hear this.
So I'm not defending the market anymore. Supply is 3,330 units. Of course, no inventory overhang for projects getting ready by 2014 because everything gets sold out there much before it gets completed. 6,647 rupees is the weighted average price of the mid to luxury segment. Price appreciation has been 63% over the last 2.5 years or 25% on an annualized basis. This project is currently trading at 9,700 rupees a square feet. Completion year is 2014 and project is available from the resale market.
All right, Lalit. So just pray and hope that Emaar MGF does deliver your project at least in 2013 because there's many a slip between the cup and the lip when it comes to that company. Nothing seems to be moving except the launch of new projects where they tend to collect a lot of money from the developers. So once you do get that possession, I think you could see some more appreciation. So hold on. It's not been that bad a deal. 14% is not a bad amount of money to make between 2007 and now when other asset classes, especially stocks, haven't done that well. All right, let's move on. The practice of drawing building blueprints by hand ended when AutoCAD-led constructions became the norm. Today, however, the construction industry in India is waking up to a new digital revolution that has already swept actually foreign shores. We are talking about the technology of building or building information modeling, that's called BIM. It's slowly setting foot in the Indian market. With BIM, any construction project, be it real estate or infrastructure, takes on a whole new life in 3 dimensions. So how does BIM work? And will the Indian developer ever warm up to the technology? Vasudha Sharma finds out.
New York's One World Trade Center, the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, and the Shanghai World Financial Center. Iconic structures of our times, built to defy nature and inspire awe. These mega skyscrapers were all made possible through the technology of Building Information Modeling or BIM. Gone are the days when buildings were conceptualized on paper. With BIM, now entire projects can be visualized on a 3D platform in all its minute details.
At least in the affordable housing frame, there's very little room for error. So our clients expect that we give them very exacting information on what their buildings are going to look like, as well as how we're going to actually implement them, because they just can't afford to have mistakes because their profit margins are very low.
As our cities continue to grow and expand, the strain on infrastructure and housing will also increase proportionately. But with a design tool like BIM, we can digitally conceptualize the entire urban planning of cities in 3D and build them to face the resource challenges of the future. BIM is a design process executed through sophisticated softwares like Revit here. BIM's biggest advantage is that it cuts down wastage of time, money and effort. By creating a 3D model of every element of your project, you automatically generate a wealth of information. The BIM model becomes a central hub of data that will be referred to by engineers, architects, site managers and even clients, ensuring better coordination and efficiency. A BIM model will also estimate how much material you require, helping clients keep a tight leash on their expenses. BIM helps you preempt potential problem areas, which you can fix before you hit the ground to construct.
BIM actually allows you to capture the existing condition through point cloud data or photographs, giving an ability for designers or project stakeholders to actually understand what the real scenario looks like in 3D, thereby actually understanding feasibility of the project first of all.
When you do a BIM model, you have all the costings in place, you have all the contract documents in place, and you have all your drawing sets before you even start digging the site. So, for your foundations, everything's in place. So the margin for error is just gone, and you can then assure that the end user will actually get his possession faster if a BIM model is adopted.
For the Indian real estate industry, which forever struggles with cost overruns and delays, the potential for BIM is huge. In fact, bigger players like DLF and Sare Homes have already begun tapping this technology.
It gives holistic control, right from in terms of getting consistent data. It really avoids any mistakes, and whoever is the stakeholder, right from designer or constructor, our own people, during project implementation, the consistency of data is very robust, and we reduce a lot of wastages, which is a big saving for a developer.
While the Indian real estate developer is recognizing the benefits of building with BIM, the challenge of implementation remains.
Leave the competition between the developers aside. Let's create standards that will help the entire industry move towards a better and more efficient way of building buildings, operating them, designing them, constructing them.
Project layouts that fall victim to bureaucratic red tapeism and spending extra on hiring BIM specialists could discourage the medium to small-sized Indian developer.
BIM requires a lot of professional expertise. You need domain experts, you need guys who actually have a lot of experience in modeling. Now, if the promoters are really willing to look at that, the question really remains. In India, what happens is, unfortunately, you have these separate pieces. You have an approval team working parallelly, you have an engineering team working parallelly, and you have a third execution team. The collaborative approach where all these things work together and work across a single platform is missing here.
Despite the short-term hiccups, the industry believes the answer to India's chronic issues of poor productivity and resource wastage lies in BIM. To meet the demands of India's explosive urban growth, one will have to eventually turn to smarter ways of building our cities. But how well will BIM fare in the Indian market is a question of time. Vasudha Sharma, NTV.
All right, that's new technology entering the real estate market in India, with developers all claiming to adopt better practices, newer technology. Maybe there'll be many takers for this rapidly growing market. Our phone lines are open, so if you've got a buy, sell or invest question, please do call us or write into us at property@ndtv.com.